any clear set of political goals and deeds, less success with the second. Okay, uh, so we want to get this. So I want to think something like this. But he had less success with the second aim. Okay, so where's our verb? How are we going to get that? Well, here's our verb down here. It's indicates. Again, notice it's an active verb, so let's put it in the passive. Passive is indicated by. So now I got that indicates as indicated by, and now I can put the rest of the thing here. But by what? Our increased involvement in, let's see if I can just move that up there. Okay, boom. But he had less success with this, but that he, now here we could do it like this, but that he had less success with the second aim. But notice how far we have to go to get to that second aim. I'm wondering what if we do this? Let's move it. Can we move it here? But put it there, and then we could say, but with the second aim, now we don't need that. That's nice. But with the second aim, he had less success. And then now the is doesn't work, but with the second aim, he had less success. But we can replace it with as, okay? But with the second aim, he had less success, comma, as indicated by our increased involvement in international conflict without any clear set of political goals. All right, I like that. I definitely like that. Okay, so now we go on, try the next one. Nevertheless, vast increases in the military budget and a good deal of saber rattling pleased the American voter. Well, we're still talking about international conflict. Um, I don't know. It seems like you could just leave it. But with the second aim, he had less success, as indicated by our increased involvement in international conflict without any clear set of political goals. Nevertheless, vast increases in the military budget and a good deal of saber rattling pleased the American voter. Yeah, I think I can just leave that. The only thing I could think of doing might be to try to get, like, as indicated by our increased involvement in international conflict, like get that. I'm sorry, I forgot that I should be doing that. How do I get that arrow? Oh, I don't know. How do I get that arrow? Yeah, that's nice. I wonder how I get that. Okay, I'll figure that out, guys. But with the second aim, okay, I think that's pretty good. So now if we look at what we have, let's start over. We start here. When Reagan assumed the office of the presidency, two aims were in his mind: the recovery of, let me see how I'm doing on time. Well, whatever. The recovery of the American economy and the restoration of America into a military superpower. His success in the first aim. Now, again, we could do this, right? Since we did it here, we could put this here. In the first aim, his success, you could do that. I don't know if that's getting too turned around. In the first aim, in his first aim, well, let's do in his first aim. Let's change this to Reagan's. Just because I said it his, I want to kind of do it again. In his first aim, Reagan's success is testified by the drop. Yeah, that gets the aim right there. Reagan's success is testified by the drop in unemployment figures. But with the second aim, now since we said, but he had less success, but with the second aim, he had less success. Okay. I guess I don't know if I like the in and the with, but if I put in, but in the second aim, he had less success. That doesn't, because you don't say that. You say he succeeded, but he succeeded. Hey, maybe we could turn this into a verb. Maybe we can make that, but in his second, I'm just going to try something else. His second aim, his failure. What's the opposite of to succeed? His failure. He failed. He failed In his second aim, he was less successful. Yeah, how about this? I like this. But in his second aim, he was less successful. Yeah, I like that better. Success. I think there's there just one. I guess there's two. Successful. There. Yeah, I like that better. He was less successful. I mean, it doesn't have the perfect. It has a little. What I like here is see the parallelism in his first aim, but in his second aim. See that nice parallelism there. It does mean we lose the parallelism success, but he had in his second he had less. Maybe you could say he had less success. I don't know. Either way, you know, I'm open. Or maybe, yeah. As indicated. Okay, so that's pretty good. I still think there might be one more thing you could try to do. I'm just going to try it. Could we get the word aim at the very end here? No, I don't think. Well, we could. We could say something like, when Reagan assumed the office of the presidency, the recovery of the American economy and the restoration of America into a military superpower were the two aims, were in his mind the two chief aims. I don't like that because I think it's harder to follow. So I'm going to stop there. So even though we don't get aims till here in the first sentence rather than at the very end, still we get the actual aims here. The other thing we could do is turn these around. Like we could take the restoration of Americans, like let's put like this here. Oh no, that's going to give us, well, yeah, we could try that. We could put that there. Well, see, what we could do is we could put that there, but I don't want to do that. And the reason why is because once we set up that order, the reader expects us to follow through on that order. So here's where kind of one principle gets in the way of the other. So I'm not going to do that. So what happened here? So let me just back up. So, okay, there. So I'm going to leave it this way because once we get this order, recovery of American economy and restoration of American superpower, the reader really wants you to go in that order, to do the first aim first and the second aim second. So even though that means backing up a little bit into the sentence. But you'll notice that in a way the sentence ends here. Two aims were in his mind. We could do this. Here, I know what we'll do. When Reagan assumed the office of the presidency, he had in mind two aims. Ah, yes. He had in mind two aims. There we go. Now I get that two aims right before the dash. Okay. So in a sense, that's really the end of the sentence. Okay, nice. Yeah. And then we get the aims. So now it's even better. Yeah. So we just move had in mind before the two aims. He had in mind two aims. Yeah, and then boom, then we get the two aims, and then we hit the first one, and then we hit the second one, and then we finish. Okay? Then if you, you can leave them like that if you want, or if you want to put them back together. But you see how, and now if you want to get rid of that and just leave that, that's fine. Okay? So I've modeled that one. I want you to go ahead and try it anyway. In other words, go in and try the first one, even though I've already done it for you, but just don't look back at what I did and see if you can do it on your own and then compare with what I did. And then do the second one completely on your own. And then finally, I want you to pull some sentences from your draft and stick them in here and do the same thing. And, it might not work out quite the way you think, but it might reveal a lot. You might discover you're missing steps or that the whole thing doesn't really, there's a lot of things you might discover. So just try it, with about, 4 sentences or so, or 4 or 5, depending on how long your sentences are. A short paragraph or medium length paragraph, say, and try to do this thing where you do what? Where you make the tail of one sentence match the head of the next sentence, and you go like that: head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, and that's how we create flow. All right? Okay. Take care. Bye.